Let us pray. Almighty God, we come before you with thanksgiving and praise. We ask you to anoint these graduates. Help them realize that the utmost callings to be of service to others. Just as the tribe of Israel pondered before entering the promised land at the river Jordan, they ponder and reflect upon their history, how they've been brought through many trials and tribulations. Help them reflect upon the gifts, the knowledge that has been given unto them. Help them realize to depend upon the security, guidance, wisdom, and power from their learning. The utmost calling is to be of service to others. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to the 9th commencement ceremony for the Navy Medical Laboratory Technology Program at Thomas Nelson Community College. My name is Peter Spina. I am interim president of Thomas Nelson, and our activities this morning are in your honor. First, I'd like to introduce the members of the stage party, beginning with my boss, the chair of the Thomas Nelson Community College Local Board, Mr. William Monroe of York County. Next, Captain Charles B. Mount, Commanding Officer, Naval School for Health Sciences, Portland. Captain, good morning. TNCC Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Ronald Davis. They always cry when they introduce the academics. Wait till you get to the school. Our Vice President for Workforce Development, Deborah Wright. Vice President for Administration and Finance, Dr. Howard Taylor. Vice President for Information Technology, Dr. John Philbrook. The head of the Medical Laboratory Technology Program, Naval School of Health Sciences, Lieutenant Commander Thomas DeLucia. Our Grand Marshal, founding faculty member of this college, now retired, Professor Emeritus Dr. Eugene Wingo. Dean of Natural, Health and Social Sciences, Dr. Donald Bartholomew. Director of Clinical Pastoral Education, Naval Medical Center, Portsmouth, Lieutenant Commander Reginald S. Daniels. Distinguished guests I'd like to acknowledge include Captain Catherine Marco, Naval Medical Center, Portsmouth. Captain Marco, good morning. Welcome. Lieutenant Commander Brian Ivey, Charette Healthcare Center. Lieutenant Commander, good morning. One of our distinguished trustees from Williamsburg, Rosie Takishi. Good morning, Rosie. And Captain Mount's delightful spouse, Irene Mount, with whom I just spent 20 minutes talking about growing up in New York City in the 60s. Welcome. We both did. Now, I was a speech teacher back some time ago. I used to teach my students never to apologize to begin a speech. You don't ever want to get up and say, well, I'm not a very good speaker, because if you say that, the audience will believe you. And I'll leave it to you to decide whether I'm a good speaker or not, but I am going to violate my premise by apologizing to you. 2 weeks ago, I got new glasses. And I'm going to talk a little bit about technology to you, and I discovered after wearing them 1 week, they didn't work. Of course, I threw my old glasses out. These glasses that I have on, I think Mrs. Mount, I wore these in New York City in 1960. They're falling off me, I can't see much, so I make that as an excuse. But this is a wonderful morning. We pay tribute today to what Thomas Nelson is all about, student success, embodied so eloquently by the accomplishments of the U.S. Navy Medical Lab Tech class MLT 009. But student success is not a random or casual phenomenon. It is a product of the interaction between focused and persistent students, you, and a caring and competent faculty and student support staff. Although today belongs to the graduates, I take this moment to salute the TNCC faculty and staff who work tirelessly so that these students can sit here this morning, well-educated, successful, and ready for the very real challenges they will face. So I give a hand to the TNCC faculty and staff for a job very well done. I offer 2 brief messages for you graduates this morning. One of which you already know, but it bears repeating. The other of which you may think you know, but it also bears repeating. The first was said best by the American comedian Woody Allen. 90% of life is showing up. Look at that. I'm sure you had time during your semesters at TNCC when you got out of bed and you wondered if it was all worth it. I know you went through a very rigorous academic program, both quantitatively and qualitatively. And I'm sure many times it would have been easier for you just to say, the heck with it, roll over, catch a couple extra hours, and ask for a transfer or whatever. So you've already shown them. One of the disturbing traits that we see in education, especially those of us, Dr. Wigo, who've been around for a while, is that students get discouraged early, often. And distressingly, some of them just don't pursue it. They just give up. They have real problems, no question, just as you had real problems. But they don't continue to show up. Being there, day after day, is sort of dull, drab, but it's very important. I can remember a vignette from my own career I look back on now, and it was random, it was lucky, but it shows the value of showing up. One Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, I was working in my office. I was the junior of a 3-man office, and on Friday afternoon, guess who got to stay? The junior guy. My boss was out playing golf, and the second guy was out with his family somewhere. He had a bunch of kids. And at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the president of the university walked in, and he had some mundane question. He wanted to know something that wasn't that important, but I was the only one there to answer that question. And he said to me after I answered it, he said, you know, he knew what was going on. He said, I appreciate your being there to help me with this. Next year, I'm going to make you an assistant dean. And that was a big deal back in those days. Who knows, I might have taken another career path if I was not given that opportunity. If I didn't show up that day and hang in there, who knows what would have happened. The second message is a little more elusive or difficult to talk about, because in no way do I want to give you the impression that I'm criticizing. So I'll use another example from my own personal experience. The day I graduated and got my last degree and got to wear this funny hat, I pretty much decided I knew it all, that I'd never ever have to learn anything again or ever go back to school or to classes. As a matter of fact, I had planned a little celebration for myself and my family when I got out of the graduation ceremonies, got to a family party. I had heaped all my notes for 5 years of graduate school. Every paper I ever read or wrote, in those days we used copy machines to copy all of it. We didn't have the internet, of course. I put them in the fireplace and I burned them. And I got a lot of satisfaction out of that. Because I thought that I was on top of the world and I knew everything. But let me say to you respectfully, graduates, that this world is changing so fast that if you're on top of it today and you deserve to feel good about it. Enjoy the moment. But you're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to keep knowing and learning because the world is changing so fast. And I leave you with a couple of vignettes from famous people that illustrate the point. This first is from drillers, Pennsylvania, in 1859. Well drillers. It goes like this. Drill for oil? You mean drill into the ground to try to find oil? You're crazy. Those people work for a man named John D. Rockefeller. The abdomen, the chest, and the brain will be forever shut from the intrusion of the wise and humane surgeon. Sir John Ericsson, British surgeon, appointed Surgeon General to Queen Victoria, 1873. This telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. The device is inherently of no value to us. Vice President, Western Union, 1877. Heavier than air flying machines are impossible. Lord Kelvin, President, Royal British Society of Science, 1895. Airplanes are interesting toys, but of no military value. Grand Marshal Ferdinand Foch, French World War II. Who wants to hear actors talk? H.M. Warner, Warner Brothers, 1927. We don't like their sound, and guitar music is too way out. Decca Recording Company, 1962, after rejecting a group from England called the Beatles. And last, but what is it good for? Engineer at the Advanced Computing Systems Division of IBM, 1968, commenting on the brand new device called the microchip. You get my point. Enjoy the day. We thank you for being with us at Thomas Nelson. You set an example to many students here with your conduct, your decorum, your hard work. We enjoyed speaking with you. We wish you the best of luck in your careers. We know you're going into this world at a particularly difficult time. Not only our thoughts, but our prayers will be with you. Thank you and have a great day. It is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the board, Thomas Nelson Community College. Mr. William Monroe. Monroe.
Thank you, Dr. Spina. As the chair of the Thomas Nelson Community College Local Board, I'm delighted to join President Spina in congratulating the members of this fine graduating class and their families and friends. We're pleased and proud to have had you here at Thomas Nelson Community College. And let me just give you a couple of reasons. One, intelligence. You guys and gals are the brightest that the Navy has to offer when you come here. And because you're so bright, you challenge our faculty and staff to work harder, to do our job better, to make you do your job better. Diversity. You come from various parts of the country, including Guam and the Philippines outside our borders. And so you bring a lot of customs and culture to our campus that gives us a diversity that we have not seen. So, and we celebrate this diversity. You make us a better college by coming here. Tradition. The Navy is a lot about tradition. The uniform, your blues, the white hats, your ribbons, the crows, all those things add the sparkle to our campus. And it indicates a long tradition of service to country. The best duty station. I'm an old Navy guy, and I remember the best duty station was the place you're getting ready to go to. That's what you tell all your shipmates. Or the place you just came from when you come. That was the best. Well, I hope that you will remember Thomas Nelson fondly as one of your best duty stations. And then there's the fall rivalry, and then another tradition, go Navy, beat Army. I've had the opportunity to share that with a few of you. Finally, as you prepare to return to the fleet, I'd like to wish you the Navy farewell. We have fair seas and fair winds in following seas. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the commanding officer for the Naval School for Health Sciences, Captain Charles B. Mount. Captain Mount will be retiring from the Navy in June. He has been in the Navy more than 30 years. For you, most of you, in your lifetime. A Mustang, he began his Navy career as an enlisted hospital corpsman operating room technician. In 1968-69, he served 13 months in Vietnam at Field Hospital that came under repeated M8 rocket attack. He was later selected for the Navy Enlisted Education Program and received his bachelor's degree and commission in 1974. Since that time, he has served in increasingly responsible leadership positions based in the United States and overseas. He became the commanding officer of the U.S. Naval School of Health Sciences in Portsmouth, Virginia in June of 2000, thus beginning his association with Thomas Nelson Community College Medical Laboratory Technician Program. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of Washington and a Master of Education from the University of San Diego. He is married to Commander retired Irene Foster Mount, retired Navy nurse. And I think we've already recognized Irene sitting back. There's a lot more in his biography, but the bottom line is he has served his country well for more than 30 years. And by coming out of the enlisted ranks, he's a model that shows that you guys can do this too. So I'd like to give a fond welcome to soon retired Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Yes, I know some of the students weren't born around then. Dr. Wingo, someday I want to come back and get your job with that scepter. You do that so well. Dr. Spina, to you and to your entire staff here, Dr. Davis, I've known many of them for a long time. My thanks to you and to the faculty. What a superb job you've done. And yes, this team is ready to graduate. And yes, in the back is the next group, because as soon as you walk out, the group in the back, you become the seniors. Yes, we understand. But Dr. Spina, I want to back up a couple points that you made. It is in fact a proud tradition that we, the United States Navy, have affiliated with Thomas Nelson. And I must understand for you, sir, we are better off because of it. Thank you, sir, for your entire institution. We know that you've challenged these young men and women. You put them through the ringer as well you should. And now it's our turn to launch them. Yes, we will send you worldwide. To my own team, Commander DeLucia, Chief Tibbs, Chief Corman, my entire team, to the Charette Medical Center. Thank you, Captain. Thank you and your team in the laboratory. Well done. Now comes the fun part. Parents, thank you. You have given us your loved one. We gladly give them back to you now. But we're going to give them back to you different than when you first gave them to us. They're going to walk taller as they walk out of this auditorium. I hope that you are proud of them, because we most assuredly are. They're better educated, they're better focused, and they now know when they walk out of here serving Navy medicine worldwide, they know that's where the patient is. So I thank you. I thank you for being the parent and the loved one. Thank you for giving them to us, but giving us a chance to shape them, because here's my spiel to each and every one of you as a student. Yes, you're going to leave here. And Mrs. DeZern, I thank you to your entire team for walking me through everything you did. But as Dr. Spina said so well, we live in a different world. We live in a world where you may be called to go to Afghanistan, Iraq, go aboard the ships, go overseas. You'll be working long hours. But at the end of that day, when you lay your head down on the pillow, have your fond memories of Thomas Nelson, your training here, the clinical training at Charette Medical Center, you lay your head down on the pillow with this question: have I served my patient and my physician well? Because you see, for everything you do in the advanced laboratory, there is a physician, there is a patient waiting for it. Maybe the results you give just confirm that all is well and everything is within normal limits. Or maybe you've confirmed that patient their worst fears, their worst suspicions. Despite all the technology, ladies and gentlemen, we have incredible technology that you, the advanced laboratory, have used. In Charette Medical Center, you are a fine example of that superb technology. But in the end, it is a patient. In the end, it's a fallen Marine on the battlefield. A soldier, sailor, Airman, Marine, Coast Guard. It's aboard the USS Truman, the Baton. It's out in the field. It's with our forward surgical resuscitative teams. It's back here. Some of you will stay here, continue on with Portsmouth. Congratulations. I know Admiral Burkhart will gladly take you. For those of you who leave here, family, they're going to go with you. You're going to take them on leave. They will execute their PCS orders. But here's what they must do. They must walk aboard their new medical center, their new hospital, the new clinic, the ship, the duty station. They must walk aboard and immediately dive into the work. For some of you, you'll be one of several technicians. Great. They'll show you around, get you acquainted. You meet the laboratory officer, your leading chief, your senior officers. Or you may be it. In fact, the person you were going to replace is already detached early and they're anxiously awaiting you. So take that well-earned leave. You're going to need it. But I have a suspicion, thanks to the superb team here at Thomas Nelson, my own team at the Naval School of Health Sciences, Charette, and you, the parents, I have a feeling you're going to walk out of here very, very tall. And well that you should. Now, somewhere down the road, you're going to get a call. It's after you've been out there for a while. As much as I love Commander DeLucia, Chief Corman, and Chief Tibbs, I cannot hang on to them forever. So someday you're going to get a phone call. And the call goes like this: how would you like to come back to assist Thomas Nelson in training the next generation of advanced laboratory technicians? Ladies and gentlemen, I can think of no higher calling than to come back and join the superb faculty here at Thomas Nelson and pass on your legacy. That happened to me yesterday. I have a brand new pharmacy instructor. She just came off the USS Truman. She spent her time overseas, in the Gulf, in the war. She will now come back to groom the next generation of pharmacy technicians. I ask you to do the same thing. Come back and help us prepare the future, because you see, you are the future of our nation. You are the future of Navy medicine. You are the future of healthcare, and we're very, very proud of you. So families, friends, colleagues, shipmates, and Thomas Nelson, thank you for a superb job. Thank you for taking very good care of it. And gang in the back, you're next. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, Captain Mount, for those kind and generous words. It has been my pleasure to have worked with you over these years, and I want to thank you and your colleagues for their help and assistance with our program. Students, the time is at hand. You've been here 12 months. We have worked you, we have tested you, we have challenged you, we have encouraged you. It is now time for us to reward you. Mr. President, as Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs, I now have the pleasure of presenting to you today's graduating class in the Navy Medical Laboratory Technician Program at Thomas Nelson Community College. These students have completed all requirements for graduation, and they have been approved and recommended by the faculty. Will the candidates for Associate in Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science in Medical Laboratory.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Thomas Nelson Community College Local Board and the Virginia State Board for Community Colleges, I hereby award you the Associate in Applied Science.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Certificate in Medical Laboratory Technology please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the Certificate in Medical Technology.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Thomas Nelson Community College Local Board and the Virginia State Board for Community Colleges, I hereby award you the certificate. In addition to their college degrees and certificates, each student participating in today's ceremony will receive the Navy Enlisted Classification for Advanced Laboratory Technician. Please be seated.
Breathe now. You guys look great. Congrats. Very proud of all of you. I get the good part, and I get to give out a couple of special recognition. Before I do that, I want to thank a few people, in particular your class advisors, Chief Tibbs and Chief Foreman, standing in the back there, for the outstanding support they've both provided to your class. There are thousands and thousands of little details that go on behind the scenes, and they've done an outstanding job at expediting all of these issues and making this day possible. Pay and bonuses and all those little things that happen behind the scenes. So thank you to both of those. I appreciate all that. I too want to thank thank the staff here at Thompson Community College for the support that they provide our students. There are countless occasions when the faculty come in and assist our students when they need it the most, when the challenges of the program seem overwhelming, to help our students get through. Everyone seated here before me, I can't tell you how I feel and how proud I am to see all of you about to graduate. This is my last graduation ceremony. I'm pleased that we were able to make it happen in this facility, and I look forward to seeing all of you get to Japan sometime. See you over there. Without further ado, I have a couple of people that we need to recognize, and I'm going to ask Mr. David Rice to come on stage for us. Every class has the privilege of nominating an individual from the clinical rotation as who they felt did the best job in helping them make it through the program. And Mr. Rice, I'd like to read the certificate to you. Commanding Officer of the Naval School of Health Sciences, Fort Virginia, takes great pleasure in presenting to Mr. David Rice, Dean College Supervisor of the Naval Medical Center, a letter of appreciation for your performance and duties as the clinical mentor for Advanced Medical Laboratory Technician Class 2003 Tech 5, Class 9. In your capacity as Dean College Supervisor, the Naval Medical Center Portsmouth provides exceptional assistance in the supervision and guidance of students in their clinical phase of training. Your demonstrated leadership, sound judgment, and superb counseling skills resulted in enhanced clinical experience for the students. You are an excellent Dean College Supervisor, close personal friend. This high standard provided a positive role model for the students. You justifiably proud of your accomplishments and contributions. Please accept my sincere appreciation for your assistance and support that I extend to you. Additional Navy well done. Given this 5th day of February, Captain Mount First Quarter Commanding Officer. Can I have H1 Mock and H1 Imperial coming on the stage, please? Two other individuals who we could not have done without throughout this program are Adjutant and Assistant Adjutant for Class 9, H1 Watt, and H1 Imperial. Both of these guys, in addition to the two chiefs, tons of little things and mustering and finding out where you all were and so on and so forth. They did a great job in herding the cats for the last year and keeping everything together. So we appreciate them. I'd like to read this letter of appreciation for both of you. The Naval School of Health Sciences, Portsmouth, Virginia, Commanding Officer takes great pleasure in presenting to both of you a letter of appreciation and recognition for services set forth herein. Upon your detachment transfer from the UP station, I wish to express my appreciation for your outstanding performance while serving at the Naval School of Health Sciences, Portsmouth, Virginia. The responsibility of class adjutant is a demanding, difficult, and important assignment. Your ability to relate to your fellow classmates, coupled with the leadership and military bearing, made you a distinct asset to your council. You have continuously proven yourself ready to accept additional responsibility, and you have used your authority wisely. Your good judgment, including foresight, have been above reproach and will be invaluable to you in future assignments. Your acute sense of loyalty, genuine devotion to duty, and outstanding performance are sincerely appreciated. I extend to you additional well done on your high achievements and wish you the greatest success in your future endeavors. See you now, Captain Nurse Corps, United States Navy, Commanding Officer. For your efforts. I my number one. Here she is. Academically, Teacher Kucheva was our top honor grad. And we would like to present a plaque to you for that achievement. And wish you the best. Middle School Health Sciences Sports in Virginia. Commanding officer takes great pleasure in presenting the Merit Award for scholastic achievement in hospital Unit A Kucheva, United States Navy, in recognition of exemplary achievement, outstanding individual effort, and personal initiative while attending course of instruction for advanced medical laboratory technician school, HMD 506. Through superior devotion to duty, dedication, performance, and excellence, substantiate this award and reflect great credit upon yourself. Well done. You Mountain Captain, Nurse Corps, United States Navy, commanding officer. I have one other presentation to make. Ask Chief Tibbs to please join me on the stage this afternoon.
All military people, please rise.
Chief Tibbs will be receiving two personal awards this morning. The first of which is a Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. Per reference A, you are authorized to wear the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for your contributions in public service to the Hampton Roads community from October 2000 to October 2003. I commend you for an exemplary service and congratulate you on a job well done. Signed, C.D. Mount. Attention to award. Department of the Navy. This is to certify that the Secretary of the Navy has awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, Gold Star, in lieu of a fourth award. To Chief Hospital Corpsman, Surface Warfare, Aviation Warfare, Charles Wint Tibbs, United States Navy, for meritorious service and the superior performance of his duties while assigned as military advisor and instructor, Medical Laboratory Technician School, Naval School of Health Sciences, Portsmouth, Virginia, from October 2000 to February 2004. Chief Tibbs' pivotal leadership focused on strong mentorship and student development that resulted in increased student academic scores by 10%, increased national registry pass rate from 62% to 87%, and military professionalism. He molded over 400 students in tailorization, honor, tradition, and professionalism. Chief Tibbs' tireless efforts in multiple command activity resulted in significantly enhancing the education and quality of life of both staff and students at this command. Chief Tibbs' exceptional professional ability, initiative, and loyal dedication to duty reflected great credit upon himself and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Signed, C.B. Mount, Captain Nurse Corps, United States Navy, commanding officer. You may be seated. Thank you.
Dr. Donald Bartholomew, Dean of Natural Health and Social Sciences Division, will acknowledge this year's graduates.
Sean Daniel Duke, summa cum laude. Wayne Kenneth Goings, summa cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Hummer, cum laude. Tracy Simone Moore, magna cum laude. Christopher James Maslow, magna cum laude. John Uko Mua. Carl Rufus Parker Jr. Charles Quaslo Amantwa cum laude. Marcia Nicole Anderson, magna cum laude. Temitope Adenike Owalai, cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Bond, magna cum laude. Ludmila Alexandrovna Gukayeva, summa cum laude. Renelle Garofel Imperial, magna cum laude. Megan Ruth Baker, summa cum laude. Charmaine Alicia Campbell, summa cum laude. Mark Munoz Canvas, magna cum laude. Jennifer Leanne Cook, summa cum laude. Avista Ill. Corey LaShawn Jackson. Gretchen Mary Cole, cum laude. Lindy Lawrence II. Brian Jeffrey Malini, magna cum laude. Brian Andre Nance, cum laude. Emmanuel Dehura Ndanga, magna cum laude. Freddie Omar Sanchez, cum laude. Sharifa Dantana Simmons, magna cum laude. Darlene Annette Turner. Yakubu Wengabi. Candace Lee Wilson, magna cum laude.
All right, everybody, one last hearty round of applause. Well, that's a good conclusion to this morning's ceremonies. I want to cordially invite you all to a nice reception, refreshments to be held immediately above us in the lobby. Please avail yourself of the refreshments. Come, let's have a good time. Anybody who wants to take pictures of us in the monkey suits, visit them, do that. So we look forward to having you join us. Have a good day. God bless you all. God bless America.